Hey everybody, Stephen here with Miller's Muscles and Makeovers and the owner of the Strong Mom Movement. Today I want to welcome Daisy and Michelle here with us on our little show. Thank you all for being here. So it was fun watching you all go through the challenge and transform into new individuals, go through all that learning. So I wanted to share your story with everybody and hopefully inspire some other moms. So what do you think was the biggest change you experienced during the challenge? We'll go Michelle first.
I would say I learned control. I learned that it was okay to not snack along as I was preparing my kids' foods, their dinner, that I could really have self-control and wait until it was an appropriate time to eat a healthy meal, and find balance throughout the day.
Good. And Daisy?
I think cooking. I think that before you would just kind of get whatever you found, and the easiest thing, like going to go get some, like a burger or something, just to make your life easier. And I think even though it was a little more difficult and more time consuming, but I knew what was going into my stomach. Like I knew what I was consuming, and like I was able to make a meal that was fulfilling, but it was also very healthy. And I learned to cook different things that I didn't realize that I could do, and that my husband and children actually enjoyed also. Not everything, but some of the stuff they were able to enjoy with me too.
Well, that's good. That's good. You gotta share with the family. You can't just eat your own meal, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so tell me, what was life like? What was life like before you started the challenge?
And then after?
Just first.
Just first.
What was life like before you started?
Life was exhausting. My energy was very low. Driving in the car, I could feel my eyes were heavy, to and from work. Just very tired. I had no energy in the evenings. After dinner was cooked and kids were in bed, I just wanted to go to bed myself. I had no energy left. So when I saw your post, it was about having energy. So that was what intrigued me.
Okay. Daisy?
I would say the same thing. I was always tired. I remember one day, because I used to do bike riding a lot, but life happens. I remember the one day that my kids were like, "Let's go bike riding, Mommy," and my husband was not home. It was just us three. So just getting the bikes out of the garage, outside, getting on the bike, and riding the bike a little bit, I was super exhausted. And so I knew that I was so out of shape. One, I was at my highest weight that I have ever been. And so I just was like, oh my goodness, I have to make a change. And then I started doing Zumba first, and then Michelle was like, let's do this together. And I'm like, yes. So, yeah.
Well, good.
That's how it was before.
Okay, and so what's life like now?
So I can honestly say there was a difference. We talked many times after we left the gym about all the things that we accomplished. We got laundry done, we had energy to spend with the kids, we had energy to actually cook the meals that were healthier. So I can honestly say that was a huge difference, and I kind of rolled my eyes at people who would say that before about their diet and exercise. Oh, it would make you feel better, it would make you feel rested. I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. But it really did, and so during the challenge, I could really tell a difference in my energy level.
Yeah.
So.
I would say the same thing. At first, my body was very sore because it was just kind of getting used to the exercise. But then I would say that I would go home and I would accomplish what I would do in 1 week. I would accomplish it in an afternoon. It was ridiculous. It's by 10 o'clock, I had went to work. I came back, I went to work, came back, get the kids' stuff ready, get everything ready for the next day. I had cooked a meal for myself. It was just I did so many things. I did laundry, I did so many things because I was full of energy. And, yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good. So, does it sound crazy to go back to your old ways of doing stuff?
Does it sound crazy?
Mm-hmm.
A bit, yes. So it's been almost 2 weeks.
Sure.
Almost 2 weeks since we stopped. So the diet hasn't stayed completely the same. The exercise hasn't stayed completely the same. And I can feel the tiredness coming back in. And so I think that's a drastic wake-up call for me that I had gotten the tiredness to go away by doing, XYZ, and now it's came back. And so a bit of a wake-up call, a bit of a reality check that probably is the issue that needs to be fixed. So
Just more proof of
it is. Yeah.
Energy
Exactly.
creates more energy, eating
it
right.
It really does.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
I think it just shows how 28 days is not enough to really change your habits. I think that's what I've learned in these last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because maybe I haven't gone fully to what I used to be, but surely I'm
On your way.
slowly getting
See
there.
something going back.
But I think that even though within 28 days, little things stick with you. I will say that I look at labels when I buy food now,
Good.
like literally like how many carbs does this thing have?
Yes.
I look at labeling, I look at, just like when like I'm on Facebook at home, like if I see something that shows you how to exercise, or I save it, and before
Yeah.
I would be like, scroll that. But no, I save it because, I'm not gonna say that after the challenge I work out every day, but I will try to fit in my schedule as much as possible, maybe 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there. Even in my classroom, I walk around to make my steps, because I'm looking at my step count,
There you go.
even though I'm not like doing the challenge anymore, but I still said, oh, I have 4,000 steps. If I walk around my classroom, I can get some more steps in.
Yeah.
So I will say that it's not enough, but it does give you a sense of, okay, this is what I'm doing wrong, and this is what I need to change. And it allows you to kind of think about what you're doing and how you're going to change it, because you obviously have to take a step of trying to change what's wrong.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I think that's the part that I would say.
Well, good. Cool. So, what part of the program do you think helped you the most?
The accountability of coming to class. I think all the other aspects were great. The Trainerize app was great. The Facebook group community support was great. But knowing that I had signed up for the class and I had to come, that was what pushed me. And also the MyFitnessPal, knowing that you were seeing what we were eating, I didn't want to eat something because then I would have to log it and you would see it. So the
Right.
accountability there. So the accountability of MyFitnessPal and coming into the classes.
I would say your support. I think you being very, you were always on top of us. Like if we didn't do something, not like in a bad way, just
Right.
to make sure that we were getting everything in. Like when I had my accident, you were like, you send a text message, and I think that was very thoughtful of you, that you would, say, are you okay? Is everything okay? Just in general, your support, and then coming here, I think was the second thing that really helped me, because just bonding with the different people that were here and just hearing out the things, how they, their life and how they work out their schedules and stuff like that, and just working out and having a good time, because we had a good time.
It was fun.
It was
The
fun.
Cupid Shuffle Day?
Yeah,
Keep it shuffle, that was
yes.
fun.
It was fun, and so you make the environment very welcoming and fun. Yeah.
Good. Okay, so what would you tell somebody who's kind of on the fence and thinking about just starting any type of program?
Do it. But do this one. This was awesome. It was a great 28 days. It really challenged me in many different ways, from the soreness of the first week to the creating different meal plans for our lunches and our families in the evenings. It created so many challenges, and it really worked. Like the diet wasn't a one drink fix all type thing. It was you have to eat healthy and you have to work out, which I think is legit. And
Right.
so, yeah, you should do it.
Good deal.
Question again?
What would you tell somebody who's thinking about just starting any type of program, taking just that first step?
I just think that they need to see within themselves and see that if they feel, not only to look good, it's not about just looking good, it's about being healthy and being healthy for your children, basically, and for your family. So I think that if you are thinking about it, like Michelle said, just go ahead and do it. Don't, I think sometimes as a woman, we're afraid of what people are gonna think, because, we're insecure with our bodies. And sometimes we don't wanna go to the gym, or we don't wanna go to a working out place because we feel like you know, like we're gonna look like idiots. I mean, like we're not gonna look, you know, uncomfortable. So I think that we need to get over that, you know, thinking that we're not gonna fit in, and just do it, and just do it for yourself and for your family, and just, it's okay. Love yourself.
There you go. That's
Yeah.
a good way to end right there.
Love yourself.
Well, yeah.
Love yourself.
Love yourself.
Love yourself.
Well, I appreciate y'all being here and sharing your story with everybody. Hopefully some other moms can be inspired by it, and we appreciate having you.
It's been good.